feud whatsoever between you and Mariah Carey. You saw Britney's show, you saw Shania, you saw Celine, you saw Cirque du Soleil, no Mariah.
I'll tell you why.
During the Billboard Music Awards, you were caught texting during Mariah.
Jennifer Lopez. The name alone sparks headlines. She has been a defining force in pop culture for nearly 3 decades. But in an industry where success and longevity often come with a price, Lopez has also made her fair share of enemies. Behind the glitz, the sold-out tours, and the red carpet smiles lies a long trail of feuds, scandals, and bad blood. She's been accused of diva-level demands, icy treatment toward colleagues, and an unshakable knack for stepping into controversy. And not everyone in Hollywood is here for it. Some stars can't stand her. Others have openly mocked her. And a few have even sworn they'll never work with her again. So who are the celebrities who vehemently hate Jennifer Lopez? And why? Stick around, because today we're counting down the top 11, and some of the names on this list might surprise you. Number 11. Mariah Carey. The Jennifer Lopez-Mariah Carey feud is one of pop culture's longest-running celebrity rivalries, and it all began with 4 words that would echo for decades. I don't know her. Those words were first uttered in the early 2000s during a German TV interview when Carey was asked about Lopez and simply shook her head before delivering the now iconic line. But the tension between the two had been brewing since the late 1990s when Carey fired the first shots in an interview with the now-defunct women's magazine, Mirabella. Asked about Lopez's rising career, Carey quipped, "She's a dancer, isn't she? She lip-synced Selena's vocals in the 1997 film Selena, you know. I don't think that as a singer, we're in the same category as artists." From there, the ice between them only thickened. In a 2014 appearance on Watch What Happens Live, Lopez played down any animosity, insisting, "I don't have a feud against her at all. We have never met. Like, we don't know each other. I would love to meet her and I would love to be friends with her." But just 2 years later, she took a sharper tone on the Wendy Williams show, saying, "Carey does say that. She's forgetful, I guess. We've met many times." Carey, however, held her ground. Appearing again on Watch What Happens Live in 2016, she doubled down. "I don't know her. What am I supposed to say?" That same year, after Carey's disastrous New Year's Eve performance went viral, Lopez was caught subtly fanning the flames by liking an Instagram post comparing the show to an accident you couldn't look away from. In 2020, Carey escalated the feud once more in her memoir, The Meaning of Mariah Carey. She accused her ex-husband, Sony Music chairman Tommy Mottola, of trying to sabotage her career during their bitter divorce, and of using Lopez to do it. Carey claimed she had chosen to sample Yellow Magic Orchestra's Firecracker for her glitter soundtrack single Loverboy, but after Sony executives heard it, they rushed to give the same sample to another female entertainer on their label, whom I don't know. Lopez's I'm Real, released that year, featured the exact sample. Carey made sure to note that, despite the drama, Loverboy went on to become the best-selling single of 2001 in the United States. Their frostiness has never thawed. Even in 2024, with Lopez dominating headlines for her canceled tour and 4th divorce from Ben Affleck, Carey reportedly couldn't resist a jab. A source close to the singer claimed Carey saw the breakup as karmic payback, allegedly saying Lopez was not as talented as she thinks and way too arrogant. After more than 2 decades, the J.Lo Mimi feud shows no signs of ending, proof that in Hollywood some grudges age like fine wine, or, in this case, like a champagne bottle shaken for years, always ready to pop. Number 10. Brandy Norwood. In July 2017, Brandy Norwood appeared to make her allegiances crystal clear in the long, simmering Jennifer Lopez-Mariah Carey feud. The singer took to Instagram to post a warm, smiling photo of herself embracing Carey, accompanied by a simple but loaded hashtag, #HasSheKnowsMe. To casual observers, it was an innocent snapshot between 2 friends. But for anyone familiar with Carey's infamous, "I don't know her" remark about Lopez, the subtext was impossible to ignore. Within minutes, Brandy's comment section erupted. Followers flooded the post, convinced the hashtag was a cheeky jab at J.Lo, a sly nod to one of pop culture's most notorious bits of shade. Lopez's fans weren't amused, and the backlash was swift. But rather than delete the post, Brandy doubled down with a twist. She quickly edited the caption, swapping it for a lengthy half-denial, half-clapback. "Oh my God, what happened? I swear to goodness, I don't know what the fuss is about. I love this pic, and now everyone thinks I'm throwing shade? At who? This is funny. Can't take this one down. I love this picture. And whenever I'm throwing shade, light, it's not questionable. You know that I am." Then came the kicker, a closing line that reignited the fire. "Also, so I've met her several times, like there's several seats that should be taken. She does know me." Carrie herself couldn't resist jumping into the fray. Sliding into Brandy's comments, she added her own 3-word confirmation. "I sure do." That small interaction, simple, public, and perfectly timed, was enough to convince many that Brandy had indeed planted her flag firmly in Team Mariah's camp. Some fans speculated the dig was more than just personal loyalty. According to the Culture Crypt, Brandy once co-wrote a track called Ride or Die, intended for her own album Aphrodisiac. After multiple delays, the song ended up in Lopez's hands. To those who knew that backstory, the Instagram post may have been more than a playful nod. It may have been payback. Whether it was petty shade, playful banter, or calculated revenge, the post cemented Brandy and Carrie's public camaraderie. It also poured a little more gasoline on one of the entertainment world's most enduring celebrity feuds. Number 9. Nicki Minaj. The 2010s saw no shortage of diva drama, and one of the decade's most talked-about clashes was the simmering tension between Jennifer Lopez and Nicki Minaj. Their first public exchange came in 2012, under the bright lights of American Idol. That night, Minaj was the guest performer, Lopez one of the celebrity judges. After finishing her set, Minaj flashed a playful smile and addressed the panel. "I was hoping maybe I could come back and be a guest judge. J.Lo, can you scoot over a little bit?" The audience laughed, but Lopez's reply came with a razor-thin edge. "I don't know if there's enough room for both of us." It was delivered with a smirk, but the comment landed like a challenge. Backstage, Minaj didn't let it slide. Speaking to the Hollywood Reporter, she admitted, "She didn't seem to be having it, but she's gonna have it." Then, perhaps realizing the headlines it might cause, she quickly added, "We were just joking around." If it was a joke, neither seemed eager to revisit the punchline in the years that followed. By 2015, the chill between them was on full display. That year, Lopez opened the American Music Awards with a high-energy medley of hits from various artists, including a snippet of Minaj's chart-topping Anaconda. The cameras caught the audience cheering until they landed on Minaj. While Lopez danced and the crowd roared, Minaj sat still, her face an unblinking mask that spoke volumes without a single word. The internet wasted no time dissecting the moment. One fan tweeted, "Damn J.Lo, Nicki Minaj facial expression says it all." Minaj, never one to let a narrative run unchecked, jumped into the conversation, firing back. "LOL says what all? I'm looking at my own face on the screen when I'm looking to the right." I turned back and looked at her. Whether it was genuine disinterest or a misunderstood camera angle, the clip became instant meme material and solidified the sense that these two powerhouse performers weren't exactly sending each other Christmas cards. In the world of pop divas, where every look and line is magnified, the Lopez-Minaj dynamic remains one of the era's more intriguing Cold Wars, fueled by quick jabs, viral moments, and the unshakable suspicion that neither truly believes there's room for both of us. Number 8. Rihanna. In December 2016, Jennifer Lopez set the celebrity gossip world ablaze with a single Instagram post. The photo seemed innocent enough at first glance. Lopez and Drake backstage at her Las Vegas residency, smiling for the camera. Her caption was casual. "Look who rolled up to my show tonight to say hi." But it was the hashtag #LoveHim that sent the rumor mill into overdrive. Within days, Lopez fanned the flames further by posting another image. This time, Drake was behind her, arms wrapped around her in a warm bear hug, the two looking undeniably comfortable. For fans, it was a sweet moment. For others, it was a headline. But for Rihanna, Drake's on-again, off-again love interest, it was something else entirely. According to an insider speaking to In Touch, Rihanna saw the posts as the ultimate betrayal. The two women had once been friendly, even close, and Rihanna had reportedly confided in Lopez about her complicated relationship with the Canadian rapper. Now, seeing her friend cozying up with him felt like a knife in the back. The source claimed Rihanna didn't hold back in private, calling Lopez desperate and a traitor. The Barbadian superstar never addressed the situation directly in interviews or public statements, but her actions spoke volumes. That same month, Rihanna unfollowed Lopez on Instagram, a digital move that, in the age of social media, is as much a statement as a press release. Fans instantly took notice, and the unfollow quickly became its own news story. For Rihanna and Drake, their history stretched back years, fueled by undeniable chemistry since their 2010 collaboration, What's My Name. They were linked romantically on and off throughout the 2010s, and their relationship, while never fully defined in public, had been a recurring presence in both their lives. Lopez stepping into that narrative, even briefly, seemed to cross an unspoken line. While neither Lopez nor Rihanna has ever publicly confirmed the feud, their paths have notably diverged since late 2016. There have been no public reconciliations, no friendly selfies, no signs of their once warm rapport. Whether the rift was as deep as the tabloids claimed or simply a momentary fallout, one thing remains clear: that winter's pair of Instagram posts didn't just stir dating rumors. They rewrote the dynamics between two of music's most powerful women. Number 7. Rosie Perez. From the outside, Jennifer Lopez and Rosie Perez seemed destined to be allies. Both were proud Puerto Rican women from New York. Both had fought their way into the entertainment industry, and both had become influential figures for the Latin community. Their paths first crossed in 1991 at an open casting call for In Living Color. At the time, Perez was the show's choreographer, and Lopez was a young, hungry dancer auditioning for a spot among the iconic Fly Girls. Lopez didn't initially make the cut, but Perez saw something in her, a spark, a star quality, and used her influence to get her in the troupe. It should have been the start of a lasting friendship. Instead, according to Perez, it was the beginning of a rivalry. In her 2014 memoir, Handbook for an Unpredictable Life, Perez recalled that tension began brewing almost immediately. Other dancers allegedly complained to her that Lopez was manipulating wardrobe, makeup, and me, all to her advantage. Perez admitted she was reluctant to believe the whispers, until one day Lopez confronted her directly, proclaiming, "I know I'm good. I'm better than any of these girls, and you know it." From that point on, Perez claimed Lopez's behavior became increasingly combative. She described the younger dancer as acting like some ghetto biatch, screaming and pounding her chest, and insisted that the friction didn't end when Lopez left In Living Color after 2 seasons. Perez alleged that even after Lopez's rise to fame in music and film, the bad blood continued. According to her, Lopez made disparaging comments about her in Hollywood circles while pretending to be cordial in public. One encounter at a club particularly stuck with Perez. Lopez, all smiles, walked up to greet her as though nothing had ever happened. Perez, however, wasn't in the mood to play nice. "I should have let it go, played it off too," she wrote. "Instead, I killed her with my biting tongue." The tension spilled beyond private interactions. Perez claimed she once tried to reach out, calling Lopez to resolve their differences, only to be ignored. Frustrated, she left a heated message on Lopez's answering machine. Rather than returning the call, Perez says Lopez took the grievance public, repeating Perez's outburst on a major talk show. Number 6. Jenna Dewan. On screen, Jennifer Lopez and Jenna Dewan looked like the perfect team. When World of Dance premiered on NBC in 2017, Lopez took center stage as both executive producer and head judge, while Dewan filled the role of host and mentor. Both women shared a deep background in dance, and their public interactions were all smiles, supportive banter, and mutual respect. But according to a report from OK Magazine, the energy behind the scenes was far from harmonious. An unnamed insider painted a very different picture, claiming Dewan found Lopez's behavior exhausting. "Jenna can't stand Jen's over-the-top theatrical fakery," the source alleged. They claimed Lopez was constantly hamming it up when cameras were rolling, often steering attention toward herself and away from others. "It seems she'd prefer if Jenna just stayed in the background," the insider continued, adding that Lopez's habit of micromanaging every situation, even off camera, left Dewan feeling excluded and sidelined. The story also suggested that while Lopez exuded warmth and charm on television, off camera, she maintained tight control over the production, allegedly creating an environment where Dewan struggled to find her place. However, not everyone bought into the feud narrative. Shortly after the story made headlines, Gossip Cop investigated the claims, reaching out to both an unnamed producer from the show and Dewan's own representative. Both sources reportedly denied there was any bad blood between the two women, dismissing the feud rumors as completely untrue. Number 5. Ojani Noah. Jennifer Lopez's first marriage was brief, but the fallout has dragged on for decades. She married Cuban-born waiter Ojani Noah on February 22, 1997, but by January 1998, just 11 months later, the relationship was over. Most people might have moved on, but Noah has spent years keeping their short-lived union in the headlines, often in ways that Lopez has fought aggressively to shut down. The first major clash came in 2006, when Noah announced plans to release a tell-all book titled The Unknown Truth, a passionate portrait of a serial thriller. The manuscript, according to Lopez, broke the confidentiality agreement they had signed after their divorce. She took him to court, winning $545,000 in damages and securing an order that barred him from criticizing, denigrating, casting in a negative light, or otherwise disparaging her in any public forum. The ruling seemed final, but it didn't stop Noah from pushing the limits. Just 3 years later, in 2009, Noah was back in the headlines with a new threat: the release of intimate honeymoon videos allegedly showing Lopez in a revealing lack of clothing and in sexual situations, especially in the hotel room. Lopez responded with a $10 million lawsuit, accusing him of trying to exploit private moments for profit. The footage, she claimed, was never meant for public consumption, and she sought a permanent injunction to keep it that way. By then, Noah's ambitions had shifted from a book to a film project he called How I Married Jennifer Lopez, the J.Lo and Ojani Noah story. Lopez's legal team slammed it as an outrageous attempt to make money off her name. A judge agreed, permanently blocking the project and reaffirming that the material could not be used or sold under the terms of their earlier agreement. Noah, however, has never publicly softened his stance. In a 2016 appearance on $1 Million Matchmaker, he made it clear that the bitterness lingered, placing the blame for their split squarely on Lopez. "I was looking forward to being with her for the rest of my life. It didn't happen. She made the choice of her career instead of me," he said, painting himself as the wronged party. Number 4. Gwyneth Paltrow. Jennifer Lopez and Gwyneth Paltrow's tension seems to stretch back more than 2 decades, rooted in a mix of cutting public remarks, old Hollywood rivalries, and shared romantic history. It all began in 1998, when Lopez, still rising as both an actress and singer, gave a now infamous interview to Movieline. The resurfaced piece, which went viral again in 2019 thanks to screenshots posted on X by journalist Jason Chen, showcased Lopez's unapologetically blunt opinions about her peers. When asked about Paltrow, then fresh off her Shakespeare in Love breakout, Lopez scoffed, "Tell me what she's been in? I swear to God, I don't remember anything she was in. Some people get hot by association. I heard more about her and Brad Pitt than I ever heard about her work." The remark was a dagger wrapped in nonchalance, dismissing not only Paltrow's filmography, but implying her fame came more from high-profile dating than acting talent. At the time, Paltrow was Hollywood royalty, winning Oscars and praised for her it-girl aura. Lopez's comment was bold, and it lingered. Years later, fate and Ben Affleck brought the two women back into each other's orbit. After Lopez's high-profile romance with Affleck reignited in the 2020s, it stirred echoes of the early 2000s Bennifer era. But before Lopez, Affleck had also dated Paltrow in the late 90s, making their shared history a delicate backdrop. According to In Touch insiders, the Hamptons community, where Affleck and Lopez spent part of their time, was aware that Paltrow had never been particularly warm toward Lopez. Gwyneth has always been polite towards J.Lo, but everyone knows deep down she's never been a huge fan of the relationship, even though she did recently offer to help them consciously uncouple, one source revealed, poking fun at Paltrow's now famous breakup phrase. Another insider put it more bluntly, "There's no denying her loyalty lies with Ben." While neither woman has addressed the feud directly in recent years, the history of barbed comments and complicated romantic connections has kept speculation alive. Number 3. Cameron Diaz. Jennifer Lopez has never been one to hold back her opinions about her Hollywood peers. And in the case of Cameron Diaz, those blunt remarks may have set the stage for years of quiet animosity. In the late 1990s, at the height of her crossover fame, Lopez gave an interview in which she dismissed Diaz as little more than a lucky model who had stumbled into acting opportunities. While Lopez added that Diaz could be good when directed, the comment still landed like a backhanded compliment, subtly undermining Diaz's credibility as a serious actress. Fast forward more than a decade to 2012, when Fate and studio casting placed the two women side by side in the ensemble comedy What to Expect When You're Expecting. On screen, their characters navigated motherhood with lighthearted banter. Off-screen, however, the atmosphere was reportedly anything but warm. According to multiple anonymous sources from the set, the tension between Lopez and Diaz was palpable from day one. One insider claimed Diaz referred to Lopez as a nightmare to work with, even sniping that Jen should stick to her day job, a pointed jab at Lopez's then role as an American Idol judge and her music career. Reports from crew members painted a picture of a clash in working styles and personalities. Sources alleged that Lopez adhered to her own strict schedule, insisting on eating at specific times regardless of the day's filming needs and halting work whenever it suited her. She reportedly had an assistant deliver her food directly to the set, an arrangement that, according to insiders, grated on Diaz. As filming progressed, both stars allegedly went out of their way to avoid each other, interacting only when the cameras were rolling. The air on set, one source said, was thick with unspoken tension. While neither actress has publicly addressed the rumored feud, those who witnessed the production firsthand claim that the past remarks and clashing egos ensured the relationship never stood a chance. Number 2. Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon didn't hold back when it came to choosing sides in one of pop culture's most enduring diva rivalries. During a guest appearance on The Wendy Williams Show, the Wild 'N Out star took a playful but pointed jab at Jennifer Lopez, channeling the same infamous shade his ex-wife Mariah Carey had thrown years earlier. The moment came during the Hot Topics segment when Williams asked Cannon to name his biggest Hollywood crushes. Without hesitation, the 41-year-old started with his obvious number one. "Mariah, the amazing mother, superstar singer," he said, referring to Carey, with whom he shares twins Moroccan and Monroe. His next picks were equally glamorous, Halle Berry and Naomi Campbell. But when a producer off-camera suggested Jennifer Lopez as a contender, Cannon didn't miss a beat. With a sly grin, he delivered the ultimate cold shoulder. "I don't know her." The audience immediately erupted into laughter, recognizing the line as a deliberate nod to Carey's legendary dismissal of Lopez in the early 2000s. Even Wendy joined in, clarifying for viewers, "That was a joke for the Lambs. Shout out to the Lambs," referencing Carey's devoted fan base, the Lambily. In that moment, Cannon made it crystal clear where his loyalties lie in the ongoing and very public battle of the divas. As far as he's concerned, when it comes to Mariah Carey versus Jennifer Lopez, there's no question whose side he's on. Number 1. Ryan Seacrest. For years, Ryan Seacrest and Jennifer Lopez appeared to have a warm, friendly relationship. They worked side by side on American Idol, shared laughs on set, and seemed to genuinely enjoy each other's company. But one unforgettable incident in 2019 may have put a serious dent in that friendship, and it all went down on Lopez's milestone 50th birthday. As Seacrest later revealed on Live with Kelly and Ryan, he had gone out of his way to make the celebration despite his grueling schedule. Flying from New York to Miami for just a few hours, he planned to toast Lopez before catching a late flight back to be in the studio the next morning. But when he arrived at the exclusive venue, things took an awkward turn. The doorman stopped him with a curt, "You're not on the list." Confused, Seacrest explained that there must be a mistake. After all, Lopez had personally invited him. Still, his name was nowhere to be found. The doorman made a quick phone call and, after a tense wait, finally confirmed that Seacrest was indeed on the guest list. Relieved but slightly rattled, the TV host stepped inside, only to find he was the first person there. In fact, by the time the real party crowd began arriving, Seacrest was already on his way to the airport. While he recounted the story with his usual humor, there was no denying the embarrassment of being turned away, even briefly, from a close friend's big night. From old Hollywood grudges to awkward personal encounters, it's clear that Jennifer Lopez's career hasn't been without its share of drama and detractors. Whether it's former friends, ex-lovers, or co-stars who couldn't stand working with her, each story paints a different side of the superstar that fans rarely see. But are these feuds the result of misunderstandings, personality clashes, or something deeper about J.Lo's way of doing business? What do you think? Are these celebrities justified in their dislike? Or is J.Lo simply an easy target because of her fame? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into the 11 celebrities who reportedly can't stand Jennifer Lopez, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you won't miss our next look into Hollywood's most talked about rivalries.